Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're now joined by Saint Vicious from Team Curse, who, of course, has advanced out of Group C 2-0. What's up, buddy?
Not much. Feeling pretty good, I guess.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little tired, but I'm just glad that we made it out of the group stage and pretty clean.
Now, I mean, obviously, you were definitely the team that had kind of the most to lose. I think that no one would argue that. Was there any additional pressure just going into today based off the fact that the online community was very much like, you know, Cursed has to make it through. You've obviously got sponsors, you've got the house, etc.
Yeah, like, everybody's, like, after the video, I read some of the YouTube comments. People were like, well, big deal. Of course they're going to make it through. And, I mean, it's not just as easy as, like, I'm just going to walk right through it. And we had the most on the line. We had the most to lose. And we have to prove ourselves, you know? So it's a lot different than some, like, up-and-coming team that if they lose, then they're like, okay, you know, we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and then we'll come back maybe to try and qualify for the next season.
In the video, you also talk, I mean, all of you kind of talk about the fact that after the last event where you didn't qualify, you kind of like buckled down and you put in more practice. Like, how different of a team is Curse now than you were after those PAX qualifiers?
I think we practice a lot before PAX, but nowhere near like we do now. I mean, I would say we're the Asian team of North America right now. We probably practice more than any other team when we're going before a tournament. And I'd say followed by maybe CLG, and then TSM's non-existent for scrimming anymore.
So was it a wake-up call for you guys? I mean,
it's not really a wake-up call, but I don't know. I mean, of course we try hard every single tournament, but I guess we just kind of like figured out how to practice and how to get the best results.
At what sort of time did this change in mentality kick in? I mean, obviously you had the disappointment of the Season 2 qualifiers. The Season 2 qualifiers, the World Finals came around. You guys obviously weren't playing then.
Yeah.
There was really no one to practice with, to be honest, then. What point? Is it when Steve came on board, your manager? Is it a case of like, okay, guys, we need to really knuckle down now. This is going to get serious.
I'd actually say it's about around when Boy joined the team. I guess we just kind of like had a lot better synergy. I don't know, we just all like just meshed really well together, and we just got along really good, and it just worked out, I guess.
Okay, and final question: who do you want to face? I mean, who do you think you're going to get from Group D?
I mean, I would like to say I would want to face Team Martin because we scrimmed them a lot before this, and they were pretty not close games. But I would say it's going to be Azure and Cloud9 that make it out. So I'd say Azure would probably get second, hopefully, so we'll play them.
all right. Anyone else? Anyone you'd like to thank?
I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, TeamSpeak, Gunner, Full Sail University, and we just picked up Grubhub as well, so we can be fat.
Thank you very much, St. Vicious. Good luck tomorrow, and you might get your wish. We've just, of course, seen Group C go through the grinder, and Team Curse, and, of course, Team The Brunch Club survive. Let's talk a little bit about these two teams. It does bring up an interesting point, D-Man, is the fact that so far in the three groups we've seen, not one online qualifying team has actually made it through.
No, but they've been close, or they were close up to that point. We thought maybe that could be the one. Pulse possibly was one. It's one Jat certainly thought maybe could be the one, but it wasn't to be. The Brunch Club was so strong, so solid in that, and really, but I mean, it's one of those horrible situations. It wasn't a level 1 fight, but it was almost at that stage. When you give the AD carry 3 kills off the bat, and he goes back and buys a BF sword, he's just like, well, that lane's lost.
Right.
And the fact that the top laner had to teleport to do that, he'd effectively lost that lane as well because he was too far behind. And it's harsh, but it's reality. It's the fact, and that is why probably we've not seen any level 1 fights so far in this tournament because there's so much risk.
Yeah, very, very conservative early on. But Curse and the Brunch Club do make it through. Now, have you ever seen a walking Wikipedia before?
A walking Wikipedia?
Yeah, have you ever seen one?
I have. I've cast with him many times.
Yeah, you have. In fact, let's send it over to our walking Wikipedia for League of Legends. Of course, we've got Jack going over the great plays that we saw from Group C.
Thank you for that gratuitous introduction, DJ Wheat, but I want to go over the first clip here. This was in Game 1 between the Brunch Club and Curse. This is the game that Curse won to get through to the next round. This was the gank attempt on Voyboy that everyone in the room who was watching it said, Voyboy's dead. Because you can see Nick Wu and Loudamortis are ready to go up to Voyboy, and let's just roll this clip for a little bit here. Now you can see he misses one skill, and let's actually freeze it about right here. You take a look at this, and you think, there's no way Voyboy gets out of this. You point out that Loudamortis and Nick Wu have their ultimates. You look at the minimap, nobody is close to Voyboy. He doesn't get out of this, right? We're going to see this pretty soon. What happens is he actually goes up into the air while the Zed ultimate hits. Keep in mind, the Zed ultimate will amp damage that is dealt to Voyboy while the ultimate's active. But if he's not there, he can't do the damage to him. At this point, TF's going to teleport in, stun Zed once again to stop him from doing even more damage. Voyboy's going to finish him off, and he's going to hop away with almost no health. So let's watch this clip at half speed so we can see everything that goes. Let's roll it. You can see Zed is about to go ulting in, and the instant he does that, Voyboy goes up in the air. But he actually clicked on Loud Immortus. He didn't stay up for the full 10 seconds, so he messed up a little bit. But then, Nijaki teleports in, gets the stun, Voyboy finishes him off, and flashes away at the last second. It was an unbelievable play by Voyboy, and from there, he went on to just destroy the game. He had 4,000 health by the end of it. He had a Warmog's Arbor, Sunfire Cape, and a Rylai's Crystal Scepter. He became absolutely unstoppable, really off the skill of that gank. There's also one more clip that we have. It's the game we just saw between the Brunch Club and Pulse. This was a game that was a little more one-sided, but I wanted to highlight how well they're able to team fight out of here, because you look at this map right here, there are 5 members of Pulse, all circling around the turret, and just 2 members of the Brunch Club. You think they're probably going to get this turret. Good tower push, you think, by Pulse. What does the Brunch Club do? They decide to initiate this 2v5. Let's roll it. You can see Evelyn ults, Twitch gets the spray and pray, nearly killing everyone. Evelyn dies, and let's actually freeze it right here, because really, everybody's low. How are they going to be able to clean this fight up? But Zed's coming in from the side for the cleanup. He's up in this area. Twitch is still alive. He's going to be able to chase, and everyone of Pulse is eventually going to get run down as we can roll the rest of this clip by Zed ulting in. He gets exhausted, but it doesn't really matter. And from there, everybody gets obliterated. That was pretty much what marked the end of the game for Pulse there. Brunch Club beat them twice, ended up going through, and it was really a good performance by them overall. So, as we heard those guys talking earlier, Curse and Pulse moving on, both pretty dominating performances if you keep track of it. And with that, I'll send it back to Wheat and D-Man.
Thank you, Jack. Group D is preparing for battle, D-Man. They're right around the corner. Let's look at the teams fighting for their spot in the next round. Again, the last chance for an online qualifying team to actually make it through. On Stream 1, we've got Azure Gaming versus Salad Bar. And on Stream 2, it's going to be Cloud9 versus Team Marn.
And this is, to me, is an open group. We just heard from St. Vicious. He thinks, actually, this could be a one-sided one. But I think this might be a little bit closer. I think it might be. Just a part of me wants to see one of these online teams make it through, in which case it would be Salad Bar or Marn. I'm not too sure. Cloud9, pretty much every team we've seen in an interview has said Cloud9 are going to get through.
Right.
So we expect them to top the group. Azure came through this as well through an online qualifiers, the MLG qualifiers though, and they came through very strong. But they've had a few changes. They've got Demon Lol as their AD carry. Nobody knows what this guy is going to be like because they've not seen him in ages.
There's definitely that air of mystery that can often help teams, but this is the moment. Any given Sunday, well, it's now. Two of these teams will advance on to tomorrow, while the other two will unfortunately go home. Now we are going to take a short break, but before we do, we had the opportunity to catch up with Cloud9, and these guys are proof that living thousands of miles away from each other is not necessarily an obstacle to be truly talented players and teams. Check it out.
I was going to go to college, but I decided to delay it for League of Legends. Felt like I would regret it if I never went for it.
I live in Garden City, New York with my parents and my older brother. I was dorming in college. I went there for a year and I'm taking a break right now to pursue my League of Legends career. This is like my only chance to do this, and I can just go back to college after a year if it fails.
At first, my parents were pretty against the whole stopping college for a bit and playing League instead, but as they learned more and more about the situation, they became more accustomed to it and they are pretty okay with it now. My mom usually watches me stream, which is interesting.
Who are you playing?
Graves. My parents actually don't really know what I do. The first time I told my dad that I was flying to California for a tournament, he was like, "Who's paying for this? Where are you going? Have you ever met these people before?" messed up. He's stunned. Alright, good job.
When you're not in a gaming house and it's just online, you're just not in the zone with your teammates.
The problem with like everyone living in different time zones is a lot of like issues. People oversleeping. We have to like get subs sometimes. Yo, are you there? What are you talking about? I tried calling you. So we have 4 minutes to get a sub until we forfeit the first game. Zach, I've met him in person. He's not what I expected. He turned out to be white, and I was like really surprised. I was like, whoa, you're white.
I didn't know that everyone thought I was Asian. I guess it's because of my name. Niantonso sounds pretty Asian. I am Zach Niantonso Malhas, and hey, I'm not Asian.
This sort of feels like our last chance. I'm not sure like how you get into the championship series if we don't qualify through this.
It's pretty much hit or miss completely, like all we've been working for. Most important tournaments of our lives, for sure. We're definitely going to be getting a gaming house if we do end up qualifying. Basically, I'll just be moving out of my house and practicing even more than I am right now.
I lived on Long Island my whole life, and the whole idea of like being able to move to like a different state or a different place with like 4 other people who you play with all the time, it sounds really exciting, and I hope we qualify.